Hi, my name is Maddie Donovan, and this year for my senior project, I decided to work with Jackie Rogers and Global Goods. I hosted a 2-week donation drive for school supplies. Jackie is Miss Mannion's mom, and in past years when she has come to sell her products at Millis High School, I've always helped her set up, and I have also purchased some of her products. I had some idea of what Global Goods was, but I wanted to further my research. In April of 2019, I went on the school trip to Costa Rica, and one of the events on the itinerary was to visit a school, and prior to the trip, my classmates and I all bought school supplies and we gifted them to the students once we got there. I'll never forget how excited the students were just to see school supplies. I feel that school supplies is something that we take for granted, and through my research, I found that our world is currently going through an education crisis, and it is mostly attacking countries like Guatemala and Costa Rica. Today you will hear about Jackie's process of starting Global Goods and why she loves to help too.
Global Goods is a nonprofit foundation that focuses on educational projects around the world. As a former teacher, I know that education is transformative, and I wanted to be able to help students that can't always access education as readily as we can in the United States. Global Goods has kind of a long history. My husband and I, always been travelers, were in East Africa, specifically in Tanzania one summer. And through a nice conversation and another year and a half of finagling around, I decided that I would be able to put this young man through college. It was a national university at Dar es Salaam. So it was truly life-changing when he was able to go to college. His family were thrilled. He ended up with a degree and a master's degree. His wife now has a master's degree, so it was great. Later on, I had a sabbatical leave from my high school and ended up putting another young man through school in Guatemala. And I thought, hey, I can do this on a bigger basis. So I'm trying to figure out how I could do it. And I thought if I buy some products that are really desirable, maybe I could sell them. And my friend Aman in Tanzania sent some things over. I sold them just to the other teachers. So then I started collecting a few things on my own and sold them at a local fair and had a ball telling everybody about where they came from and the stories. So that's how I was able to actually fund Global Goods, is by selling some things. And then I had already some connections in foundations overseas that I wanted to support. So that's kind of how Global Goods started. What's my favorite thing about helping? I don't know, there's just so many, because I always tell everyone it's self-serving. When you do something for someone else, you really get back so much more. It's so rewarding to know that I'm helping students get an education, and people like you with the project that you just finished, it's wonderful. The students in Guatemala get no funding. They have to pay for their own supplies and uniforms, so they wouldn't be able to go. This school is totally free, and to know that we're making that available to students by paying teacher salaries and other aspects of the school, it's just great. So you know that you're making the world a little bit, just a little bit more equitable. It's hard for countries like Guatemala and many others, in fact all the countries that we work in, to get the supplies, not because they're not available, but because they don't have the money. There's so many things that when you're running a school that cost a lot, like teacher salaries is a pretty big one, and the school building and all the Wi-Fi and electricity and everything. So school supplies have to be really shared, and whenever we can help by bringing down these kinds of things that you collected, it just makes things a little bit easier for them. I know it's the same in Ecuador, Uganda, and Bali. Wherever we travel that we have a foundation, we're always bringing whatever we can fit in our suitcases. So you really made a difference to these kids.
Throughout this process, I have learned a sense of community and to not take the small things for granted, and I really think that that is something that everyone should learn. Thank you, Jackie, for all your help and making a lasting impact on the people around this world.